Hello friends, in this video we will show you how bishop pairs each other and give an opponent a headache. This game is played using Ruy Lopez Gunderam variation where white starts from e4, black replied with e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, so that's Ruy Lopez, and then queen to f6, that's Gunderam variation. In this variation, black will be eyeing to play um, d5 d6 first, then bishop will come on to g4, pin the knight because queen is also attacking on the knight and black would like to disturb my pawn structure at the king's side. Going to the game, d3 was played because white is eyeing to open lines for the bishop, and there will be attack coming on g5. So g5, h6 was played to protect the bishop coming over at the g5 square. Knight c3, mm, knight e7 is giving support to his this knight, so to prevent the pawn structure at the queen side. Bishop e3, a6. Usually in Ruy Lopez, this a6 moves comes very early in the game, but here anyhow, uh, then bishop a4 and d6. d6 because this knight was pinned and now black can move away his queen, so otherwise this pawn was under attack by the knight. And now knight d5. So the idea here is since this knight is pinned, if black captures my knight and then I'll capture from the pawn, and then this knight will be fall easily. And this is exactly what happened. Black misread the calculation, captured my knight from at d5, knight e takes d5, and now it's very difficult to protect this king, this knight. There was one option which black again missed it. It was b5, sorry. But bishop d7 was played, and then d takes e6, and here now this move comes in, but it's very late, b5, and then before saving the bishop, another free piece is being offered, which is c takes d7 and check. So king takes d7 and now bishop to safety, bishop b3. a5 was played, so idea is to trap the bishop here, but a4, b4, and white castles. c6 was played, and now knight d2. So idea is knight is going on to this and will fork the king and the rook. Anyhow, moving forward, g5 was played, and then queen g4 check. King c7, and now again attacking on the queen, knight e4. So queen move to e7, and then queen f5. White is trying to trade queens here because white is simply a material up. So queen takes f7 and queen takes f7, bishop takes f7, and bishop rook to f8. Bishop goes to h5 and d5. Now c5 because now again I would like to fork the queen, the king, and the rook here at the spot at the square e6. Anyhow, so that was been protected, rook f6, but then knight b3 attacking the pawn at a5. So rook f a8 and d4, e4, f3, trying to open, white is trying to opening lines here. So e takes f3, rook takes f3. So rook exchange is being offered and has been accepted. Rook takes f3, and then bishop takes f3. Now from here onwards, as the title suggested, bishop fireworks has been will be starting very soon. Rook to e8, so king f2 defending the bishop, king b6, and rook e8, again exchanging the rooks here because white is simply material up at this position. So rook f8, h3 because this move g4 was coming, and my uh, bishop is pinned because of this king. So h5, and then bishop takes g5. The dark square bishop here comes into the action. Rook to g8, and bishop comes back. And then bishop to f6, and then white light square bishop comes here into the action and takes h5. Slight mistake from the white here. He should have been taken, and now there is no point. Now there is no point defending this, trying to defend this front with this pawn here, because again bishop will capture this pawn and same situation will repeat. So uh, king e2, bishop e1, and king takes e1. Here rook to g5, g2, bishop g4, and rook to c2. Now what white is trying here, white is trying to push pawns from h and a files, and bishop c1 defending this pawn. Rook h2, this pawn is already defended, so time for king to move forward. King f1, rook h1 check, but king to g2, all those moves black are playing as in mere frustration. Rook to e1, and then the pawn has started marching h4. Rook to e4, now king comes in to defend at f3. Now rook e8, h5, the pawn march continues, and then c5. Not sure why this move has been played. Anyhow, knight takes c5. The thing is, what white does not want capturing from this pawn, because it will give an open file to the black's pawn at d file, which I would not like to get. Anyhow, rook to e1, knight comes back defending bishop. King c6, and has a chance to grab the pawn, and here it is, knight takes e5 check, and then king to d6, and knight comes back defending the bishop again. King to e7, and now the a file rook pawn starts marching. Rook to f1 check, rook king g3, then rook to g1 check, king f4, uh, king to f6, but a6. Now have a look at this. This rook is completely at the moment disabled to defend this pawn. All the lines moving upwards are blocked here. So rook to e1, he's trying to go to the 8th rank and then trying to defend this, but this white has blocked this 8th rank. The e file trapped, and it's not preventing rook to go onto the 8th rank. And now have a look at this. This square is blocked, so rook cannot come onto this rook onto the a file. C square is blocked. Now rook cannot come onto the c file to go onto the 8th rank. So the idea here is to stop preventing rook go onto the 8th rank, and then rook f1 check, I don't mind. Defending from the bishop, from bishop b3, then king e6, a7, rook h1, and then I have a queen here. So rook h4 check, and then king g3, and at this point black has resigned. So friends, let me know how do you like this video. Please do subscribe the channel. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.